Hey everyone, and welcome. What if I told you there's an ancient text out there that holds the secret to unlocking, well, almost superhuman potential? And get this, the secret is something you're doing right now, thousands of times a day, without even thinking about it. Today we're going to dive into a fascinating source that claims our very breath is the key.
But first, let me ask you something. Do you ever just feel completely drained by modern life? You know that feeling. You're stressed out, you can't focus, maybe you even feel physically run down? Well, you're definitely not alone, and according to the text we're looking at, there's a very old reason why.
So, this text we're exploring today, it opens by painting a picture that sounds shockingly familiar. It talks about a world filled with conflict and suffering, both mental and physical. It literally describes a world on fire with terrible anxieties. I mean, doesn't that just hit a little too close to home? It makes this ancient wisdom feel like it was written yesterday.
At its core, the text argues that we've lost our way. We've become disconnected from this vital, life-giving energy that's all around us. We've basically forgotten how to tap into a power that should be ours. But here's the good news. This text also claims it has the key to get that power back.
And that key, that ancient solution, is our breath. This is really the heart of it all. The text's incredible claims all revolve around this one practice called pranayama.
Right from the start, the text makes this incredibly bold statement. It says, pranayama is the very life force of the brahmachari. Okay, so what's a brahmachari? It's someone who practices brahmacharya, which is all about achieving complete self-mastery and control over your own vital energy. So what the text is really saying is, you can't have that mastery, that ultimate control, without first mastering your breath.
So it's really crucial we get how these two ideas lock together. Think about it like this. Pranayama is the how. It's the science, the actual technique of controlling your breath. Brahmacharya is the what. That's the end goal, mastering your own vital energy. The text is clear. You just can't get to the goal without the technique. They're two sides of the same coin. So what is pranayama exactly? Well, the name itself is a huge clue. It comes from two Sanskrit words, prana, which means life force, and ayama, which means to control or extend. So we're not just talking about breathing in and out here. This is the conscious, deliberate act of regulating your breath to harness the most fundamental energy of life itself.
And that brings us to the fuel for this whole practice, this concept of prana. Understanding what this is, that's the key to really grasping the incredible power we're talking about here.
Now, the text makes a really important distinction. When it talks about prana, it's not just talking about the air we breathe or the oxygen our lungs use. Nope. It's referring to the vital, cosmic energy that animates the entire universe. The idea is that through our breath, we are literally absorbing this universal life force right into our own bodies.
Okay, and this is where things get really wild. To illustrate the point, the source gives us this table, and it shows this unbelievable correlation across the animal kingdom. Look at this. The faster an animal breathes, like a rabbit at 38 breaths per minute, the shorter its life. But the slower it breathes, like a tortoise, at just 5 breaths a minute, the longer it lives.
So where do we fit into all this? Well, the text puts our natural lifespan at 100 years, which lines up with a breathing rate of about 15 breaths per minute. The implication here is just huge. By consciously slowing our breath down with pranayama, we're not just calming our minds, we might actually be extending our vitality in our lifespan. So how do you actually do this? Well, the great thing is this source doesn't just give us philosophy. It actually lays out a highly structured, systematic path to mastering this life force.
It outlines 4 main techniques, and they build on each other. First up is Baheya, which is holding your breath out after you exhale. Then comes Abhyantar, where you hold it in after you inhale. The third one, Stambhavriti, is fascinating. It's about stopping the breath wherever it is in the cycle, just freezing it. And the fourth is a more advanced state that goes beyond all that. So you can see it's a clear step-by-step system.
But the text is also really clear that you can't just jump in head first. Proper prep is absolutely essential. That means mastering stable postures, or asanas, so your body is still. It means having real faith in what you're doing. It recommends a pure or sattvic diet. And critically, it means learning to use what are called bandhas. These are like internal body locks that help you manage all the energy you're building up.
And these body locks, they're not what you might think. As this page from the text shows, they are very precise techniques for directing the flow of prana inside you. The text goes into 3 crucial ones, and they basically act like valves in a plumbing system. They're considered absolutely vital for making sure this powerful energy doesn't just scatter, but gets guided to where it needs to go.
Okay, so let's say you do all this. You follow the system, you do the prep, you master the techniques. What's the big payoff? Well, this is where the claims in this text become truly mind-blowing.
To give you a taste of what's possible, the text tells the story of this guy, Professor Ramamurti. By practicing pranayama, he supposedly developed a body as strong as a thunderbolt, a Vajra-like body. He would do these insane feats like stopping cars with his bare hands and breaking iron chains just with his breath, and he credited it all to this practice.
So this really brings it all together. We're not just talking about one small benefit. According to the text, mastering pranayama can lead to a total life transformation. We're talking about the cure for all diseases, developing superhuman strength, having a razor-sharp mind, gaining complete mastery over your body and senses, and living a long, healthy, vital life. It's basically a roadmap to reaching the absolute peak of what a human can be.
It's an absolutely incredible set of promises, right? And it all comes from the simple, rhythmic act of breathing. This ancient text suggests the key to unlocking our health, our strength, and our focus is already inside us, flowing in and out, moment by moment. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What if it's right?